Welcome to Movie House Cinemas. Popcorn? Yes, please. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the movie. Reclining chairs? Don't mind if I do. Action, thriller, romance, we got it all. Discover the cinema today. Movie House Cinemas, home of the movies.
Good evening, and welcome along to Rob and Elliott tonight. Hope we find you well this evening. Coming up on the show, we'll be chatting to Malachi Cush. He'll be telling us all about his upcoming Christmas shows.
I do think this is a really important time of the year to sit back and take a breath and go, what's it all about? And music, again, has a way of settling you.
Yeah.
You know, it has a way of just bringing you into a peaceful space. And then you can leave and the next day go into the chaos again.
We'll be chatting to poet, storyteller and playwright Nandi Jola. She's been chosen as one of this year's National Lottery Game Changers.
It feels like I finally can say this place is now home.
Yeah.
Because in my book I always talk about home being neither here nor there and just not knowing where to, place myself in the family of things. But I think because now I know that my writing career is established here, I'm confident then in representing Belfast and Northern Ireland in the UK scale.
We've sent Mr. Showbiz Paul Martin out and about to the grand final of Belfast Has Talent. And we'll have music from Derek Ryan with Olivia Douglas. And new music from Claudia Buckley as well. But as always, let's begin with some of this week's top quirky news stories. And to help us take a look back at these, the one and only Kim Kelly is with us. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm finally back in the studio, not sitting in my jammies in Belfast.
Back where you belong.
That's right. I decided to get on my makeup and return to the studio.
Right, what are we talking about? We're talking about Greg's. There is a great video that you've done.
Of me eating a Greg,
Of sausage rolls. There is a great sausage roll.
Yes.
I think everybody should watch this TikTok.
Yes. Anyway, we digress. Look at me on TikTok. We digress. Because a man after my own heart from Newcastle upon Tyne has developed a wonderful fitness regime. He has run 26 miles.
Right.
But what he's done is he's run around the 29 Greg's locations in Newcastle upon Tyne, which makes 26 miles. And in each one, he's had a sausage roll.
Right.
So a sausage roll is 331 calories.
Right.
So he's eaten 29 of them, which is over in the 10,000 calories.
Yeah.
But did you know that if you run a marathon, you only actually run off 5,000 calories?
Really?
I didn't realise it was so low.
I never knew this.
I didn't realise, it's so low.
Yeah.
So basically, after running a marathon and eating a marathon amount of sausage rolls, he's still 5,000 calories down.
Now, things in our home from years gone by now.
A survey, yes. Apparently, if you still have any of these things in your home, you're really out of fashion and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Right.
Okay. A coloured bath suite. Now, I remember moving into a house in 1989 and it had a champagne coloured bath suite and thinking that was really good because it was that looked pretty chic. And my friend, they had one of the brown ones, but they weren't called brown. There was a name for that. There was avocado.
Avocado was a big one.
And there was a kind of like an orangey one.
Yes.
But those were really chic.
They were,
Like I remember going to someone's house and they had a white bathroom and that was considered like a public toilet nearly. Because the only places that had pure white bathrooms were sort of public toilets back then.
Yes, yeah.
So, I remember going to someone's house and they had chocolate. Chocolate was the colour of the bath suite.
Yeah.
And they were, surely those have to have a comeback.
Maybe
Coloured
not.
bath suite. It's been, right, I would say it's been 40 years and everything comes back round. Mark my words, people are going to start going for coloured bath suites again. I guarantee you.
Staying with the bathroom, does anybody still have the toilet roll holder with a little
dolly,
doll sits
the little
on top
dolly.
of it? Yes.
Now my auntie had one of those, and I quite liked them. And you know, that was back in the days whenever you wouldn't have wanted people to see your toilet roll for some reason. So you hid it under a lady with a big skirt, and that sat on the sort of windowsill above.
Yeah.
And then, as well as that, you had your toilet seat was covered. You know, the lid was covered with a kind of a bit like your bath mat.
Yes, yeah.
And then some people had the actual seat. No, we didn't have, like, that's really unhygienic.
It would be,
but then everybody else had on your carpeted bathroom floor, of course, because you had carpet in the bathroom. Then you had a plinth, sort of a mat that went round.
Yes.
So
Splashback.
we all had carpeted bathrooms, and we thought nothing of it.
That wouldn't have been very not hygienic.
We thought nothing of it.
Oh, no.
But like, when was the last time you saw a carpeted bathroom? And then while we're in the carpet, swirly carpets, and my house was full of those growing up.
Yes.
But they're great because they don't show the
Well, exactly, yes, yeah.
And there's lots of other things. A bidet. Did anybody have one of those? Now, we lived in a very modern house when I was growing up, and it was in County Antrim, North Antrim, and I went to school in Bushmills. And my first birthday party, I remember people coming round to the house and going, Kim's got like a basin for feet in the bathroom. And I didn't know whether I should tell them what the bidet was for, because I knew what the bidet was for.
But did you ever use it?
Did you just hear a dog bark?
I heard a dog bark or something in the corner there.
We were talking about bidets.
Have you ever used it?
Am I on television talking about have I ever used a bidet?
We had one in our apartment in Tenerife, and I have to say, I've never used it.
Did you know what it was for?
Yeah, of course I knew
well,
what it was
I used
for.
it when I was little to wash my hands in, because I couldn't reach the
wash
sink.
your feet in. But did you ever use it for what it was
For
meant
what
to
it was
be
meant
used
to
for?
be used for? No, I didn't.
No, you see, I don't know
Why
anybody
do we not
who
have
has.
bidets anymore? Are they unhygienic? I don't know. Anyway,
know.
according to this survey, we shouldn't have bidets. There was lots of other things. Fake plants. My house is full of fake plants. Leopard print. I'm not a mad fan of leopard print, because as I've got older, I hit about 40 and stopped wearing leopard print.
Still
because
okay, bit of print.
it was going a bit, Liz McDonald, Bet Lynch on me. I was putting it on and going, this is not the look that I was going for, kind of Sophie Loren.
Yeah.
It was, looking back, was Liz McDonald, Coronation Street, and a beautiful woman and all, but it wasn't the look that I wanted.
Yes, yeah.
So these are things we shouldn't have in our house, but you know what?
A
Half them
welcome
all.
mat.
I have a welcome mat.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Just like a mat that says, well,
I haven't seen
do
one of
your
those
feet on?
in years as well.
to do your feet on. Which
I have not seen one of those in years. Yeah.
I thought it was all right.
There we go. Let's do one final story from you this week. We love a good Loch Ness Monster
We do.
story.
The
don't
Loch
we?
Ness Monster was spotted this week. Well, actually, it wasn't. Okay, we talk about the Loch Ness Monster constantly on this show, only because I'm obsessed with it. Okay, so some man who says he's the expert about Nessie, we know he's not, because that man lives in Donegal.
Yes.
So this man was in the paper saying he was the expert. He's called Alan McKenna. You're not the expert. He lives in Donegal. However, he says he thought he saw it last week, and he said he was like so excited and he nearly like died. He said,
yeah,
it was a piece of wood. But anyway, he got very excited and he was blogging all over the place, and the internet was lit up with the sightings of the Loch Ness Monster, and it was not the Loch Ness Monster. So that's not really much of a story, but it was very exciting for him.
Yes, and obviously very exciting for you that you felt the need to tell it on the show today.
I have a search alert on my laptop for Loch Ness Monster. I don't want to miss it.
And you're probably tuned into the webcam as well, aren't you?
The live webcam.
You can, ladies and gentlemen, you can actually tune in to a Loch Ness webcam and see what's happening. Let's do it right now and see what's happening in Loch Ness. As you would imagine.
And now we're going to watch them paint dry. It's similar.
Who is sitting watching this?
Alan McKenna. I like that kind of thing. Listen, I'm going to find the Loch Ness Monster. I am going to find.
Okay, right, we're going to move on to some music now. You love a bit of country, don't you?
Depends who it is.
Claudia Buckley.
I love Claudia
She's
Buckley.
back
Do you
with
like how I got quite squeaky there? Quite squeaky. I really like her.
She's back.
She's so pretty.
With a new album and a new song as well. Here she is, Claudia Buckley.
I'm a walking, talking, crying
There we go, some brand new music from Claudia Buckley. That's called Barely Beaten Broken Heart, and that's from Claudia's new album, which is called Come On In. We'll be chatting to poet and playwright and storyteller Nandi Jola right after these.
Heading to the North Coast, the Jet Centre in Coleraine offers entertainment for everyone. There's an 8-screen movie house cinema with all the best movies, 10-pin bowling, a massive arcade, soft play for the wee ones. Outdoors, there's a mini fun park and gem mining, plus an 18-hole floodlit mini golf course. Rain or shine, there's something for everyone here at the Jet Centre. Find out more at thejetcentre.co.uk.
And welcome back to Robin Elliott tonight. Now, as part of the National Lottery's 30th birthday celebrations, they're recognising a number of game changers for their work throughout the UK. We move on to somebody from Belfast now. She's a poet, she's a storyteller and a playwright as well. And I'm pleased to say that Nandi Jola joins us in the studio. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Very well, thank you. So congratulations on this recognition from the National Lottery. This must be something big and something you're very proud of.
Absolutely, I'm so proud of, and I was there last Friday to celebrate it, and it was just amazing to feel like I was home. Yeah, away from home.
So what happened last Friday then?
We had the launch. It was the first time we saw the installation, which was an AI in the V&A, and we had headphones and we listened and watched as it unveiled with everybody else. It was open to the public. And it was the first time we kind of were together as the game changers and had conversations, and we just realized that it was just once in a lifetime opportunity.
And how does it feel to be representing Belfast and Northern Ireland on this kind of UK-wide scale then?
It feels like I finally can say this place is now home.
Yeah.
It was in my book, I always talk about home being neither here nor there, and just not knowing where to, place myself in the family of things. But I think because now I know that my writing career is established here, I'm confident then in representing Belfast and Northern Ireland in the UK scale.
So what was it that originally brought you to Belfast then?
It was an adventure. It was always wanting to get something out of the process of being free from apartheid. It was always wanting to be away from that society, wanting to explore the world. So it was kind of I'm the first person ever in my family to ever leave South Africa. So it was kind of, these are the dreams that my family have put on hold, and I kind of wanted to live their dreams.
And how did you find it for the first time coming to Northern Ireland? What was it difficult to get settled in here?
It was my mentality that was difficult, because I came here as an immigrant, and what immigrants do, we work, we don't see much of the country, we don't try to integrate. And once I've kind of accepted that I was going to make this place my home, it was then I changed my mindset and I started making connections with people. I met wonderful mentors, and from that then I realized my lifelong dream of wanting to be just a writer. So switching from that working into that creating, I think for me it was a game changer.
And was it easy to get your work accepted here then?
It wasn't at the start, but because I always believe that hard work gets you where you want to be, and I have been fortunate enough to know a lot of people that have mentored me along the way. The late Jo Egan was very generous with her time. I have Liz Ware as my mentor. I had, Moira Donaldson. So people that have, and again, it's through the funding that I got from the National Lottery that have enabled me to meet these people and, to have them in my life as my mentors. So it has been a lot of work from myself to get to know places, the John Hewitt International Summer School, to attend. So it's been both.
And through your work as well, you've empowered a lot of young people in Northern Ireland, which must feel good.
Yeah, absolutely. I did the 21 Artists of the 21st Century with the Executive Office, and I did a lot of work in working with asylum seekers, refugees. Last summer, we couldn't finish our summer school because of the events that were unfortunate. But throughout, I worked with diversity youth, and I worked with schools in Ballymena, with radius housing and looking at the contentious issues and what does home mean to each and every person who comes here from outside. And somehow I find that the young people are really taking it into their stride to make this place home.
And after the events of last summer, are we starting to move on, or are we moving towards a better future, or is there still more that needs to be done out there?
There's more needs to be done. The last thing I want is for people to say things are back to normal and relax. Once these things get to a boiling point and then they come down a bit, then we relax and we get on with life. But I always say that integration is work, and we should constantly work. We should treat it as such.
So what's next for you then? I know you've got a couple of big events coming up.
Yeah, so we've got the Irish Writers Weekend, which some of the writers from here, Jan Carson, Paul Muldoon, we're going to be in London at the British Library. But in December also we're going to be glitz and glam, red carpet, when we're going to the Belfast Film Festival for the Heath, which is a Belfast made film made by the people of Belfast. And
this is very unique, this project,
isn't
it?
It is. It's very I'm not good with technology, but the fact that I could use my own phone and film a 1-minute clip and send it, and it got accepted, and now it's part of a 90-minute film.
Wow.
I think that's the one that I'm really looking forward to.
That gets its premiere on the 12th of December, something very different, something to really look forward to. You're going to read something for us, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to read from the Fortnight 54 issue, and this is a piece of prose, and I just trying in my head to try and sum up my experience of being in Northern Ireland. So, home away from home. The snowdrops refused the daffodils' entry. Even Easter was reaching its hand out to me, just an unusual spring altogether. But we did our best, shoveling the snow so the car could get at least to the main road for messages, bread and milk. I was sofa surfing with friends after being discharged from hospital. The child was in foster care until I got better. My friends had a lovely dog called Harvey. He was old, going blind, deaf to any calls that wasn't for food. Loved not as much, more tolerated, but still would never be thrown out, like the recipe book that had been passed down.
Wow. Lovely words there.
Thank
you so much for coming in and joining us. And once again, congratulations on being named as one of the game changers for the National Lottery.
Thank you so much.
So, still to come on the show this evening, we'll be chatting to Malachi Cush. He'll be with us in the studio, and we'll see what happens when Mr. Showbiz, Paul Martin, went out and about to the grand final of this year's Belfast Has Talent. But before all that, let's take a look and see what's happening throughout Belfast and beyond. Here's this week's What's On Guide. We're starting at the Grand Opera House with Now That's What I Call a Musical. So get ready to relive the soundtrack of your youth as we celebrate 40 years of iconic and chart-topping compilation albums with this brand new musical comedy that has an unbeatable 80s soundtrack and show-stopping direction and choreography from Strictly Come Dancing's Craig Revel Horwood. And you can catch Now That's What I Call a Musical at the Grand Opera House from the 19th until the 23rd of October. Moving on to the Marketplace Theatre in Armagh now, and the Seeger Sessions revival takes to the stage on the 21st of November. And this is a 13-piece band reviving the spirit, energy and musical exuberance that was Bruce Springsteen's Seeger Sessions album and live shows. Now get ready for the Cody Pennington Country Show, the only country show starring a true Nashville artist. And after 2 incredible sold-out tours and over 40,000 tickets sold, Nashville native Cody Pennington is bringing his country music show to Belfast for the first time. And you can catch Cody in Belfast at the Ulster Hall on the 21st of November. Now, direct from the Royal Albert Hall, a country night in Nashville recreates the scene of a buzzing honky-tonk in downtown Nashville, perfectly capturing the energy and atmosphere of an evening in the home of country music. So expect to hear hits from Johnny Cash, Alan Jackson, Dolly Parton, The Chicks, Willie Nelson and Casey Musgraves, to name but a few. And you can spend a country night in Nashville at the iconic Ulster Hall here in Belfast on the 22nd of November. And finally for now, if you want to catch a movie in cinemas this weekend, Gladiator 2 has arrived. And years after witnessing the death of the revered hero Maximus at the hands of his uncle Lucius, is forced to enter the Colosseum after his home is conquered by the tyrannical emperors who now lead Rome with an iron fist. With rage in his heart and the future of the empire at stake, Lucius must look to his past to find strength and honour to return the glory of Rome to its people. And here's a clip from Gladiator 2.
Tears on the mausoleum floor, blood stains the Colosseum doors.
The gods have spoken!
And you can catch Gladiator 2 in cinemas everywhere right now. Time for some more brand new music, and Derek Ryan has teamed up with Olivia Douglas for a fabulous new single. It's called The Only Lie I Ever Loved, and here is the music video.
I believed that time was on our side. Had faith in what we were, took it in my stride, hanging on to every word you said. Dreaming dreams for two of better times ahead. You're the only lie I ever loved. I placed you high with the stars above. The one regret that I dream of. You're the only lie I ever loved.
Great song from Derek Ryan together with Olivia Douglas. Right, Malachi Cush joins us in the studio shortly. And Mr. Showbiz Paul Martin is out and about at the finals of Belfast Has Talent. We'll find out how he got on right after these.
Here we are on the north coast, where sporting legends are made. He needs this putt to advance to the next stage, but can he do it? The crowd are holding their breath. Can he cope with the pressure?
Dad, would you take the shot?
Yes! Yeah!
Well, and welcome back to Robin Elliott tonight. Okay, time to meet some of the music stars of the future. And a massive talent show took place in Belfast recently at the Felons Club, raising money and awareness for a local charity as well, the Suicide Awareness and Support Group. We sent Mr. Showbiz Paul Martin along to the final of Belfast Has Talent, and here's what happened.
Right, tonight is a very big night. Belfast Has Talent, the final. I've bagged myself a VIP Access All Areas pass, and I'm going to show you what that does in just a minute. Robin Elliott's hosting the event. Hi, Robin. The winner gets £2,000. There will be 9 finalists, cut down ruthlessly, I tell you, to 5. Now, what does an Access All Areas pass get you? Well, let me show you now. They haven't started yet, so follow me. That's it. I'm going to sneak on the stage here. There's a big crowd in it. They're very excited. Come and see. Come. Belfast Has Talent! Here we go! Right, access all areas. I'm actually going to gate crash the stage now. Watch this. Robin Elliott's here. Just gate crashing the stage. That's what I do. Robin, I have to cut you off. You need to interview for TV. You have to go. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Let's do it. We need to do a little TV thing here. Go, Paul.
Right, okay, Robin. Tonight, Belfast Has Talent. So what's going to happen if you disagree with one of the judges?
The lovely thing about this is, for years when I've been doing these shows, I've been sitting there on the judging panel. Tonight, it's not about me. There's 6 judges sitting there. All I have to do, talk to the audience, talk to the acts, and keep the show going. But all I can say is, there's not one bad act in this competition, so the judges are going to have the most difficult job of their lives.
Which of all the judges do you think might be the most troublesome tonight? There's always one. Who's going to be the Simon Cowell, whether it be male or female? It doesn't matter who's going to be the Simon Cowell.
I think the 2 ladies on the judging panel, Pauline and Kim, are going to be the ones who are going to battle it out tonight as well. But if you were here last week, Miami show band legend Des Lee can be quite controversial as well. So anything could happen in the next 2 hours.
You have to drag it out at least 20 seconds when you reveal that winner. That's my only tip for tonight, Robin. Drag out the pause.
Of course I'm going to do it.
Okay, I'm going to do it. Robin's got this. Let's see how the night goes. Here we go. I can't wait. So tonight, Belfast Has Talent. Do you have the most talent?
I don't know, there's a lot of talented people. I guess we'll see.
What are you going to do?
I'm a piano player and composer, so I'll be playing my own composition with a backing track, like orchestral, electronic backing track.
Now, I heard a little bit of this when I came in during your sound check.
Oh.
This lady is very talented. It's very spectacular. Where did you get your inspiration from?
I'm not too sure. I don't really listen to much music, so I just really like music and I love...
Just create your own beast.
Yeah.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
All right, you got this. Let's go. Okay, not from too far down the road from here, we have Belfast's own ASX. Good evening, guys.
How are you?
Good.
There we go. There's 4. How are you? Straight away. It's a big night. You could win. You could win £2,000 if you have enough talent. Is there pressure tonight? Have you done anything like this before?
Good bit of nerves. Like we've only started, so it's still nervous. We're not used to it, but we're just here to let people see our talent and give them a good show.
Excellent. Tell us what you do.
We're an indie rock band and we just play around West Belfast and other places, just showing people what we do and singing and talent and all.
And how long have you been together?
Only 8 months or so, really. We're formed in our school from a talent show in the school, so we all go to the same school, and you know
that school is
All Saints College.
College West Belfast.
All Saints College West Belfast. Can I get a yeah? How young is the youngest?
Me, 14.
14.
We're all 14.
They're all 14.
I turned 14 yesterday.
They're allowed in here. Don't worry. You've got special permission. Good luck, guys. Enjoy it. Don't spend all the money at once if you win. Okay, West Belfast's own Connor. Connor, good evening. Big night for you tonight. Playing your guitar and singing.
Hi, yes. I'm busker from Belfast, Connor McGuinness, and just doing a couple of songs. Hope that everyone enjoys them for a very good cause, for suicide, because I had a couple of mates as well that have passed away from suicide. So it's a very good cause, you know.
So, I mean, it's a brilliant night, and it's as you said, it's for a very good cause. Have you done anything like this before? It's quite unique.
Not at the moment. I'm just busking. I'm a busker in Belfast, so I just do a bit of busking. I used to play in a band with my brother. We used to play around Belfast, but we haven't recently been doing it.
So a bit like Noel and Liam. Are you going to get back together anytime soon for a Wembley Stadium special?
There's been a couple of fights, believe me, on stage and everything. But we're all right now.
So you feel Noel's pain?
Oh, yes.
Or does he feel Liam's? I don't know. Good luck tonight.
Okay, thank you so much.
We'll be looking out for you. We'll talk to you after.
Okay, no worries.
Connor.
Thank you.
Okay, a man close to my own heart. From Montreal, now a Belfast man through and through. We have Drew. Drew, very good evening to you.
Yes, hi, how you doing?
Big night for you tonight.
Yes, it is indeed. Actually, I look forward to it. I'm excited.
Now, Drew is not from the bottle, okay? He's a special one, as Jose Marino said, because he is country rock. Think of that genre, if there is such a thing. Describe that in your own words. What do you do?
Well, naturally, I'm a commercial hip-hop artist, but I'm an artist in general, so I do all kinds of different genres, but I decided to do a country rock type of song tonight.
It's a big thing. It's a big thing if you win tonight, 2,000 towards potentially recording new material. You know, what would you do with it?
Yeah, that actually, you know what, it would be amazing. And to be honest with you, if I did win it, I would actually give some to all the other artists, actually.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Well, who's on Drew's campaign to win? I can't influence it. Don't worry about that. It's a lovely thing to say. Good luck tonight. Have fun.
I appreciate that, man. Cheers.
All right, Montreal in the house. Woo! We have the lovely Sarah Louise. Sarah, you're singing tonight, a solo act, okay? You've got it on your own. What are you going to be doing?
I am singing Too Good at Goodbyes by Sam Smith.
Okay, Sam Smith. Why Sam Smith? You a fan?
I like his older music, but I think the song is really powerful and it has a big meaning to me, so that's why I'm doing it.
Now, there's a prize up tonight, and a lot of profile comes with this. Are you nervous about performing out there, or are you just ready to go and get it?
I'm kind of ready to just go and get it.
Have you done anything like this before?
Never done anything like this before, no, so it's all new to me, but I'm enjoying it. It's been fun.
Now, the crowd out there, including our own Robin Elliott, they're really up for this. It's packed. The room is packed. The lights are on. Is this the moment you'd be dreaming of since you're kids? Everybody does.
Yeah, of course. It feels amazing to be up on stage and singing my heart out. So yeah, definitely. It's something I've always wanted to do and something I love.
Right, best of luck. Go for it.
Thank you so much.
You got this. Okay, now it's a time for some opera. We have Alan with us. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. A little bit nervous.
A little bit of... Hold on, Kim Kelly. Yes. Kim Kelly, come here. Kim Kelly's gatecrashed now. Our superstar judge and friend of the stars, Kim Kelly, is with us before she's going to be judging and pulling the axe down on people later on. We have some opera with us tonight.
I know, he looks so different. He's had a complete glow up. You look amazing. I love it. Very handsome.
Thank you.
Very handsome. You look great.
Now, since Kim Kelly's here, and of course, you know she has a lot of diva demands, can we get a little private opera performance just to give us a little work? Just a couple of lines even.
Nessun dorma, nessun dorma, tu pure o principessa, nella tua fredda stanza, guardi le stelle che tremano.
Hello, Kim, without giving anything away, early thoughts of that?
It's great, isn't it? Great, love it. Absolutely love it.
Opera at Belfast Has Talent. Who knew? Well, you do now. Kim, we'll let you get backstage. We'll let you get to your rehearsals. Okay, the one, the only, Max Wallace. But can he win Belfast Has Talent? Max, big night for you tonight.
Yeah, I'm very nervous.
You're from Craigavon.
Yeah.
But tonight, this could be the start of your journey, conquering the world. There's a lot up for grabs tonight. A big title, a lot of promotion, and 2,000. What would you do with the money if you won it?
I would try get into like a recording studio or something, because I've got a few like choruses and verses, but I haven't like put them together, and I just want to see what I could do like in a recording studio.
So potentially this could be the beginning of you making a serious fist at the music business.
Yeah, that's like kind of the dream. That's like what I hope, so it'd be really great to win.
What does it feel like knowing that there's a big crowd of people out there? Many of them want you to lose because they have other loved ones in the but also your own family, friends thinking, come on, you got this. Is there pressure?
Definitely. They're kind of all like, rooting for me. I'm saying like, oh, I really hope I win. My mum was like, yes, you'll win. But I'm like, there's a lot of other people, like really talented people. So
that's a lot of pressure where the family are saying you're going to win this. Best of luck tonight. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you so much. You too.
All right,
Bye.
mate.
She pulls me in enough to keep me guessing. Oh, and maybe I should stop and start confessing, yeah. Oh, I'm shaking, I love you when you go crazy. You take all my ambitions, baby, there's nothing holding me back. You take me places that tear up my...
Paul Brown, good evening. This is an exciting night for you.
Very excited.
What have you got plans for us tonight? Don't give too much away at this stage, but there's a big crowd out there and they want something special. What can you give them?
I'm going to give them a bit of Motown. It's been reggae all along, so I'm going to slow it down a bit, bring a bit of groove.
Okay, and you've been in Belfast for 25 years. 23 to be exact. So you're a Belfast man through and through now.
Yes.
Kind of.
Well, half and half.
Now, I spotted you early on with an Arsenal scarf. Would you like to confirm whether it was yours or not? Because I'll be having a word with the judges and getting some points deducted if it was actually your Arsenal scarf. You see, right?
No, this scarf is to look after my throat.
Somebody lent it to him. He's the Chelsea fan, really. Okay, can't wait. Good luck tonight. What will you do if you win? There's a good money up for grabs here and a great profile. It's a big thing.
Well, I won't see a penny from the money if I win.
Okay, that's my kind of man. Yeah. Right, good luck. See you out there.
Thank you.
No matter who you are, no matter where you go, you're going to need somebody to stand by you.
Guys, what are your names?
Homegrown.
Homegrown at Belfast Has Talent. What do you do? Give us a little indication of what you're going to be doing tonight that means you've got more talent than anyone else.
They're going to be not the speaker here.
So we're a 6-piece band. There's only 5 of us here at the minute, but we do like kind of like a blend of rock and hip hop. And we've got a female singer as well and 2 rappers.
Okay, female singer. What's your name?
Kiva.
Kiva, can you give us just a little preview here of your singing skills?
Whoa. Nah, I'm not doing it.
I can do harmonies if you want.
I'll leave it a surprise for everyone to see.
What would it mean to you if you won?
Everything to us.
We're at the minute, like, we're quite tight for equipment. Like, our drums are absolutely in pieces, I'll be honest. We're missing a leg, all that sort of stuff. So if we went $2,000, we would be very, very happy. So we would, so 100%.
A lot of equipment and recording time, that's what we'd be spend the money on. Like.
Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
We got this, come on! That's been some atmosphere there. We're at the break now. The judges are going to be deciding who goes through as the final 5. Now, you're not voting tonight. You're not judged.
Nothing to do with me tonight.
Right, but you're not going to get outsourced that easily. I wouldn't let him away with that. Don't worry. All those years in tabloid newspapers, who's going to win?
Do you know, I do not know. I would hate to be a judge tonight. And every single one of those 9 contestants upped their game tonight. They came back, I think, almost like totally different performers tonight. And we've had everything. We've had the rock bands. We've had Homegrown doing their thing. We've had Celine on her instrumental keys. We've had Paul Brown doing his stuff. We've had big ballads. We've had everything in there tonight. How can they possibly make this decision?
The winner of Belfast Has Talent 2024, the act walking away with £2,000 is...
Okay, so the night is over. We have our winner. Belfast Has Talent, and it has ASX. That's the name for the future. Just one problem. Where are the winners? Where are the winners? Well, I need to... Hold on! Oh, that might be them! ASX! ASX! ASX!
ASX! ASX! ASX! ASX!
Lads, congratulations. You're a bunch of nutters, but you're also very talented. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
What did it feel like when your name was read out?
Amazing. The heart dropped in your stomach, and it was just all happiness just came out.
It means so much to you. What's the next step for ASX?
Our next single, it'll be out soon. It's already fully recorded.
We've got it coming. It's coming out soon on everything you can think of.
Should be out within the next 2 weeks. And anyone that was here during the last two rounds, you would have heard it last round. But it's coming out in 2 weeks, and that's what we're going from now.
Yeah, our original song coming out in 2 weeks. Hopefully you all like it. Fingers crossed.
And that all-important Instagram, where do we follow, folks? Where do we follow?
ASX_band, TikTok, ASX_band, and I don't know the Facebook yet.
Facebook, ASX_band, don't forget it.
Like and follow, like and share, yes! Yes!
Yes! Like, comment, share, and follow.
Yeah! Back to you, Robin.
ASX, the winners of Belfast Has Talent 2024.
So there we go, Paul Martin at the final of Belfast Has Talent, and congratulations to ASX, who of course were the winners, and well done to everybody who made it through to the final as well. Our final guest on the show this evening is singer and songwriter Malachi Cush, and Malachi joins us in the studio right after these.
Let the good times roll at Super Strikes at the Jet Centre. You can now book your lane online. We've got 14 bowling lanes and 4 mini bowling lanes. Plus we serve delicious hot food and snacks, or enjoy a cold beverage with your food after the game. Discover bowling today at the Jet Centre. Jet Centre. Entertainment for everyone.
Candlelight is fading as I gently kneel and say an Ave for my mother as her spirit slips away, away to join my father and to share eternity. We call them kindred spirits, now they will forever be. So now they're reunited, smiling down from up above, as fondly we remember they filled with love. How even through the hard times they were close as close could be, just like the kindred spirits they will forever be. Their love was as deep as the ocean, flying higher than eagles would dare, as strong as the mountains in Donegal, as soft as the morning in Clare.
What a great song, Malachi Cush together with Phil Coulter there. That's called Kindred Spirits, and I'm pleased to say Malachi is here with us in the studio. How are you?
I'm very well. Glad to be back here.
If only they knew what we were laughing at during that song.
Yes,
but,
it's a completely different type of song than what we were talking about, because of course Phil wrote that for different reasons. We were talking about old memories.
Old memories, indeed we were. But you and Phil Coulter, you go back a long way, don't you?
Probably about 15 years now, yeah. And before that, he would have been for many musicians and singers and people generally, he was the go-to, look-to guy for great inspiration in terms of musicality and songwriting and all of those things. And I've often told the story about when my mobile rang And it was him at the end of the line. I said, "Aye, right," you know. I didn't believe for a second it was him. We developed a great friendship. He comes to our house often, and I'm heading out now in January to work with him in America, and I'm looking forward to that. That's an annual trip now that we do, although I've missed the last few due to personal circumstances. But I go back out now in January and looking forward to it. And Phil's still, you know, 83 years of age. When he steps on that stage, he's just a wonder to behold, you know.
You've got an album coming out, a new album, which I believe also features the sister of Johnny Cash.
Yes, well, the album has been a work in progress for a long time. So we're planning now February to launch it, but we're going to drop a song that I've recorded with my great friend Karen McGuck. I'm going to drop it before Christmas as a video and single release. That'll be a single. I've recorded a single with the fabulous Jolene O'Hara on it.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful talent. And of course, Joanne Cash features on it as well. On a song that I had written. I'd written this song about 10 years ago, and then a great fella called Mark Scullion united us, and she liked the song. And that came as a shock to me, and we ended up recording it together as a duet. She released it. She has already released it in Nashville.
Okay.
It went to #1 in the Nashville charts.
Yes.
Which was a great chink in the armory.
That's a big thing when you think of all the music there is in Nashville.
Well, it went #1 there. So, listen, the Cash name. It was nothing to do with the Cush name. It was all to do with the Cash name. But the Cash name is
Cash and
a
Cush.
royal
That's a
brand.
nice. That's a little
Cash and Cush.
That's good, isn't it?
You can cash in Cush. That's the way it works. But the Cash brand, it's like royalty out there.
Yeah.
So I guess that was partly the reason. Obviously, I'm proud of the music as well. That was partly the reason that I elevated through the charts there. And it's nice to say. But the recording is really special, and she's of an age now, so her voice is very tender and it's beautiful. But she brought me out to Johnny's grave, and out to Johnny and June's grave. She brought me to their homestead where their home was, way out in the sticks.
Yeah.
That little cottage.
Yeah.
She also brought me to the house that he lived in with June, where the song "Hurt" was recorded.
Wow.
And if you see in that video, that's one of the most extraordinary videos I think of music history. Johnny at that vulnerable stage in his life, singing on that chair, and the memories of his life going through it and going past him. But there's a big wooden chair that he's sitting on, and beside that there's a big dresser.
Yeah.
And he left that big dresser to Joanne as well. And in her house where I seen the dresser where he was sitting beside. Really magical moments. And the problem is, I think, in life, when you're in the midst of these things, they sort of go past you at 100 mile an hour. If you could revisit them, you'd pause and reflect a bit more. But she's a wonderful person. You were telling me you're going out to Nashville next year.
Yes.
Her and her husband run the first Nashville Cowboy Church.
I've got to go.
Which has a lot of memorabilia there, and it's worth a visit. And I sang there on a Sunday morning, and it was just like something out of the movies. You've all these people, because it's roasting hot, fanning themselves with the fans and listening to the music, and of course they're praising God and worship. Joanne herself said that Johnny saved her from addiction and all sorts of things. And of course he was a great theologian as well.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
He wrote the book The Man in White.
Yes.
He was the man in black, but he wrote the book The Man in White, which is worth a read.
Exactly. Let's talk about the radio show, the Healing Sound Show, because that was something a bit different for you. And I mean, even recording those interviews, that must have been an emotional roller coaster for yourself as well as the guests on the show.
Well, for sure. And like the genesis of that was my own accident 5 years ago. And I was in the Royal Rehab Unit over not far from here. And I was learning, how to operate this leg, which works well now. But
for people who don't know, this is serious. I mean, you could have died, couldn't you, in this accident?
This
was serious.
Yeah. I remember the air ambulance guys meeting them afterwards, and they said that they had met so many people who had less impact and sadly didn't survive. I was one of the lucky ones. And thanks to the great care of the medical professionals, I keep saying they put me back together again, and with hard work as well, because you can't recover from things like that without hard work, both physically and mentally. But I was in the rehab unit, and and it's only natural to feel a bit sorry for yourself in the midst of these things, feeling a bit, downbeat about things. And I looked across and seen a lady, probably in her 60s, being fitted with her prosthetic leg, and I thought, you know what, I got to be grateful here. I got to be, and on the radio. I kid you not, on the radio was Elton John singing "I'm Still Standing." I'm thinking, where does this, how do these things happen? And I thought, that was a moment where then, music just hits you and picks you up, or can bring you to your knees or wherever. It has such a healing property.
Yeah.
And I liked that idea, and then I thought, maybe that's something we could, look at, healing sounds, in terms of what does it mean to people, how does it help people. And everyone, I don't care who they are, is carrying something with them, some sort of baggage that no one knows about. And whenever they hear then that somebody that they know, someone recognizable, someone who has been a part of their lives and they've got all these little hurts and troubles and difficulties as well, there's something in that 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 you're not on your own.
Yeah.
And how then music has helped them, music can help heal them, and how that actually comes a brighter day at the end of the day.
Yes, yeah.
And sometimes there's certainly been times where I've had to catch my breath, listening to Donna Taggart talking about infant baby loss, or Sandy Kelly talking about her loss of her sister when she died through suicide. And, very difficult conversations, but the response has been incredible.
Yeah.
And then listening to the music and breaking that open in terms of, I can see now how that piece of music spoke to that moment and helped you through it.
Yes.
Inspirational stories like Mickey Coleman, who had the Widowmaker heart attack, was brought back to life 4 times.
Yeah.
And his conversation about seeing the light and having an after-death experience and being brought back, and how that transformed his life. They're really interesting stories, and it's been a great privilege of my life to have been a conduit in some way to sort of facilitate those conversations. And thanks to RT Radio 1, and they're going to do another series of it. It has been well received. It has been well received, and that's testament to the people who are part of the show.
Yeah.
I'm only just someone who's helping to bring it all together.
But the stories sometimes must be difficult for you. So, you lost your dad recently as well, so that must have been a very difficult time for you.
Well, death is something that we all have to face. It's the natural process of life. I think that was for sure and has been the challenge of my life, accepting not so much Daddy's death, but the loss of his presence for me as not only a father, but he and I were great friends. We were best friends. We did, I tried to include Mummy and Daddy in most things that I did. Certainly anything that I did in terms of building my home and all that, his fingerprints are all over it. And building me as a person as well. And of course, having to slap me all the time, saying, Malachi, get back on the right path. Get right in the, even up until I was 30 years of age, still trying to guide me. But we were great friends, and I have a satisfaction that, I believe that there's life after it. I believe in heaven. Mm-hmm. And I believe that if we live a life decent enough, we'll get there. And I do believe I'll be reunited. I actually think that he's with me all the time. Talk to him all the time. I'll talk to Daddy every day.
Yeah.
And there'll be times I'll be saying, what do you think of this? And then I'll sort of hear the answer, and I'll have a laugh or whatever. And, he's always a part of me. But you're right, whenever then you're listening to people talking about their loss, it does spark something that brings things back. But that's a good thing too, because I think people shouldn't bottle up these emotions. You've got to let them loose. We're put in this world to communicate. We're put in this world to say, no matter what the world tells you now, and the world will tell you, particularly young people, that they have to be perfect in every way. That's not real.
Yes.
Everyone has their chinks, and everyone has their problems, and everyone has their worries. But it's not unique.
Yes,
everyone has, and we're journeying this together. We're in this world to an end point, and the end point is we're going to die.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. Tell me about your work with St. Vincent de Paul, because that's a great charity to work with, isn't it?
Do you know what? Whenever I was approached first, I didn't feel quite worthy of taking up the ambassadorship with St. Vincent de Paul, because I have been aware for all of my life about the great work they've been doing. They're a charity that, touch hearts, touch homes. They're right in the cold face of life, when people are really at the struggles and the worries and the concerns. They're in there quietly, and I love the fact that they're quiet and gentle about their way. The confidentiality is so important. But then when I thought, there's a part of, and you'd understand this, there's a part of you, there's a social responsibility to do what you can to help. And if I'm not doing a lot of work for St. Vincent de Paul, I feel like I'm sort of, all the volunteers deserve all the glory. All the support workers, all those confidants who are having the conversations deserve all the glory. But if I can give them a pat on the back, a bit of encouragement, you lead people to them in terms of knowing that St Vincent de Paul are there, particularly coming up to this time of the year, when parents need that extra bit of support, and not being afraid to say, do you know what, I need a bit of help here, and know that there are people there who are willing to help. I'm just thrilled and greatly honoured that I can be of any assistance at all, and St Vincent de Paul are a wonderful charity, and any association with them is only positive, so I'm grateful to them very much.
Excellent. Tell me about the Christmas gigs, Christmas at the Cathedral.
Do you know what? The Christmas gigs are, these are, for anyone who goes to my shows will know that we put in so much effort to these in terms of light and sound and the musicality. This year we have 2 nights in the Christmas Cathedral. The Friday night is sold out. Thursday night some tickets are still available, so I encourage people to get on and get those on Ticket Source. But we have a chamber orchestra this year with a wee step above. Usually we'll have the string quartet and the musos, but this year we're also bringing in brass section, and with the string quartet, the brass section, pipes, whistles. We have thrown everything at it this year, and Gareth McConaughey's a wonderful musical director who is bringing it all together. I was just speaking to him yesterday, and the music that we've chosen he has helped to choose is really special. And it's just to give people a moment to breathe.
Yes, yeah.
In the middle of the Christmas chaos.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's special. Anyone who's been to it, without contradiction, have all come back and said that was something really special. And we feel it's special. Like there's myself, Carol McGuckin, we have Eilish Fox, fabulous young soprano called Beth Tiffany's joining us as well on stage, and we've got St Catherine's College Choir. They are out of this world, majestic voices. And when they come together, it creates something special. But I do think this is a really important time of the year to sit back and take a breath and go, what's it all about? And music, again, has a way of settling you.
Yeah.
You know, it has a way of just bringing you into a peaceful space. And then you can leave and the next day go into the chaos again.
Yeah.
But hopefully you have a wee spark of something with you from the show.
Excellent. So this is St Patrick's Cathedral, Armagh, on the 12th and 13th of December.
Yeah. That's the 12th. 13th sold out, 12th is free. We're also in Clonard 3 nights, but they're sold out.
Wow.
Christmas comes earlier every year.
It does, doesn't it?
I can't believe it. Like, I'm sitting there thinking, I wonder when we should talk about Christmas, and then somebody's talking about it, and you're going, I'm behind the game. I was thinking, we'll let Halloween go, but we're at a different stage now.
We are, and we're going to finish the show tonight with a little festive tune from you as well. What are we going to finish with? I had written a song just over a year ago called Sleep Infant Child. I wanted to write something in a tribute to, sort of a tribute to my father and his embracing me in that father figure and faith and love, and I want to do something about Christmas. Somebody said to me, would you not write a Christmas song? And I said, well, I've enough Christmas songs. But then they said, no, but something with a bit of depth. And I thought, okay, well, maybe that's giving me something. And I like the Christmas story, the nativity story, and I thought, well, I'll take that and I'll try and put something together. And I've got loads of them, but I'm really happy with this. The Oma Community Choir feature on this as well, and this was recorded at last year's show at the Cathedral in Armagh. So it will be performed again this year with St Catherine's Choir, and it'll be all the nicer. Brilliant. Malachi, as always, good to see you. Thank you so much for coming in. That's all we have time for on the show this week. To play us out, here he is, Malachi Cush. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Sleep, oh infant child, sleep tonight. Angels have gathered your mother's close by. Sleep, oh infant Christ, your star shines bright to guide us before you on the sweetest of nights. The prophets foretold it, this mystery of truth. The world, it is watching and waiting for you. The road may be troubled, but we'll make it through as we place all our trust, our hope in you. Sleep, oh infant child, sleep tonight. The angels have gathered your mother's close by. Sleep, oh infant Christ, your star shines bright to guide us before